Okay, so now that we know that how do we generate access token and how do we use those access tokens to verify our authenticated users, so it's time that we do generate our refresh tokens, because our access token expires after a certain period of time and we do not want the client to log in back again inside our application, but instead we should automatically refresh those access tokens with a new pair of access token and refresh tokens. So let's see that how do we do that. So firstly, what we need to generate the refresh token. So to generate a refresh token, the process is very similar as we were doing in the sign access token. So what we can do, we can simply copy this piece of code from here, because the generation of refresh token is as same as generating an access token. So we have copied this code from here, that is from the sign access token thing here. So now what I am going to do, I am going to create a new function here, and this function would be called sign refresh token. So let me call it sign refresh token like this, and we can simply paste that thing here which we just copied, because this sign refresh token would also contain the user ID, and then it would return us a promise. Let me minimize this sign access token here, and now we see that it returns as a promise. The payload is an empty payload, though if you want you can provide in a payload by yourself, but here I am keeping the payload to be empty payload because we simply want the issuer and audience inside the payload and the expires in time, and we can directly provide that from the options thing here, that is coming from the JSON Web Token library. But here what we need to change the secret of the refresh token, because we do not want to use the same secret as we used in the access token. So what we can do, we can go to our environment variable files here, and we can use this refresh token secret which we generated a couple of videos back. So we need to use this secret key here. So let's go here, and the secret would be this thing here, that is process.env.refresh token secret, and this token would expire in 1 year. So we can provide it 1Y, and this all I've told you before when we generated the access token, that how I'm providing this 1Y, and this 1Y means 1 year, and I'm providing this refresh token with such a long time, and that is because as soon as the access token invalidates or the access token is expired, we will use this refresh token to generate a new pair of access and refresh tokens. So now suppose whatever will happen, that the client doesn't logs back inside your application for a month or so, and if he comes back to your application and it will make a request to the API and it sees that that access token is invalid, so he can use this refresh token which is valid for 1 year to generate a new pair of access and refresh tokens. So that is why the period is so long, and in case someone doesn't use your application for a year, this token would also expire, and then you can ask them to log in back inside your application, because if you do not provide an expiration time here, that is the refresh token expiry time here, then this refresh token would be valid for the lifetime of your application or until you have changed the refresh token secret inside your application. So it's a good idea to provide an expiration time of a single year here. And the audience would be the user ID itself, that is the current user who is trying to log in or trying to authenticate. And then we use the same thing here, that is jwt.sign. Payload would be empty payload, secret would be this secret, and the options would be these options here. And then we have the error and the token here. And in case any error happens, then we can simply reject the error and say that internal server error happened. And if there is no error, then we can simply resolve this promise, that is this promise, with the token here, because this is the token here. And now what we can do, we can use this function, that is this sign refresh token, inside our auth route here. So first we need to import it here. Just after the sign access token, we can say sign refresh token. And when someone registers to your application, you should also provide them with the refresh token. So what we can do, we can do it like this. So const refresh token equal to await sign refresh token. And here we again need to pass in the saved user's ID here like this when we are registering our new user. And now instead of only sending back the access token, we also want to send back this refresh token. So with access token, we can send back this refresh token. And the same logic we need to do inside the login route, that if someone is coming back to your application and he's trying to log in, he should also be provided this refresh token. So const refresh token equal to await sign refresh token, and again we need to provide in with the user ID. So not this.use but user.id, like this. And again we want to send him back a pair of access token and refresh token, like this. And now let's save this application and let's go to our REST client here. And now let's try to log in, and we see here that we are getting this thing here, that is sign refresh token is not a function. And why is that so? Because we have not saved this file, that is the JWT helper file. So now we have saved this. So now let's again make a login request here. So this time we are getting two tokens back, that is the access token and the refresh token here. And if we try to register a new user, so let me register a new user. So new user at gmail.com. So let me register here. So again we see that we are getting a pair of access token and refresh tokens. So this is how you generate a pair of access token and refresh tokens. So in the next video, let's see that how do we use this refresh token to get a new pair of access and refresh tokens back.